Hello everybody, welcome to The Last Word here on NFTV. Newcastle Fans TV. Read that. Yes, I am a Geordie. What superpower do you have? Well, Newcastle United have some superpowers, in particular up front with Callum Wilson. More on that in a moment. But welcome everybody to The Last Word. I'm just at the Cricket Club, which is directly behind Turf Moor on an afternoon where Burnley lose their Premier League status. Leeds have stayed up. Congratulations to Manchester City, who have won the Premier League in dramatic circumstances, being 2-0 down, coming back to win. And Spurs, no surprisingly, getting fourth place after we handed Arsenal a bit of a battering on Monday night. But this is The Last Word. We're going to talk about the game, the best I can remember of it. Because I had two blokes who were like 6'5" in front of us. Can't even see what's going on half the time. Because I'm only 5'9". But it's starting to rain. Typical, absolutely typical. I always say this when I come to Burnley. It's never ever sunny, ever. So I'll probably have to be quick because my camera will probably get damaged in the rain. But it's pissing down once again. But that won't dampen my spirits because I won't be here next year because Burnley are down. Burnley had to win. Obviously now we know that with Leeds winning, so even a draw wouldn't have been enough for them. But let's begin with Burnley's lineup, and obviously the one that we looked at and we talked about was Cornet, who's been fantastic for Burnley this season. Will he stay in the Championship? Probably not. You know, you can play up top, you can play on the left flank as well. Left back, left wing as well. He'd probably do a job on the right wing as well because of his pace. So he was the main man. Obviously Weghorst was on the bench, which I was a little bit surprised about. But, you know, I was pretty happy with that. Pretty content. But if you look at Newcastle's lineup, the big one was Kieran Trippier come back into the starting lineup against his old side. I was a tad surprised. I thought Kraft would continue, but Kieran Trippier got his role. The only thing that we were speculating, debating, whether Fraser would be fit enough to start ahead of Miguel Miron, and that was not the case. So that was the side. And obviously Fabian Schär was on the bench. Lascelles started. Eddie Howe's just not risking him. So obviously Newcastle were attacking the other end of the goal where the away fans are. I don't remember too much about the handball incident. Oh, Christ almighty. I didn't remember, you'll probably not see the rain on the camera. I don't remember too much about the handball incident with the goal. Before that, obviously, Joe Linton went down and it looked pretty serious. And Joe Linton very rarely goes down injured. Thankfully, it's the end of the season and we have nothing else now till August. But in the nicest way possible, the best time to get injured would be this game. Because there's nothing else. There's no more games going forward. I know there's the sun coming out. Sun in Burnley. We're getting mixed weather. We're getting tropical weather here on Newcastle Fans TV. So he went down injured, and that was the scare, of course. And the first half really surprised me because of Burnley needed a fight for something. I just thought that they would offer more. I might have to come a little bit. There you go. I might have to come a little bit so I'm not with the shade. Sorry. So I thought Burnley would offer a lot more. But I was really surprised at Newcastle. It was easy for Bruno Guimaraes and Sean Longstaff to get on the ball. And of course, the goal. Obviously, I'm not going to say it. I mean, the other end of the ground. It's a handball incident. Referee blows after VAR with Collins. I think it was. Callum Wilson steps up and he scores. Newcastle are 1-0 up, deservedly so. Nick Pope. It was absolutely shocking in the first half. His distribution. He's prone to errors in the first half, and really at the end of that first half, saint-maximin should have killed the game off while he was running through on that left flank, effectively one-on-one, and goes to side foot it like that, and Pope gets down and saves it. And if that was in, that's probably game over by that stage. Newcastle go into half time, and I wanted more of it. Howard, more of it, please. Come out second half. Newcastle kicking towards us. Unfortunately, didn't see too much action. But we did see a goal. It was, what was it, round about the hour mark off the top of my head? Lost count. The away fans were just singing, "Hey, Callum Wilson." Ooh, you know how it is on the way it is. My phone has 18% battery left. That's the reason why there's no match vlog. 18% battery. Because I've got my battery pack. Because I had to do a match reaction on that, which you can go back and have a look. Anyways, got it in the second half. saint-maximin on that left side, cross shot. Callum Wilson's free. You cannot leave Wilson free from 8 yards out. He side foots it into the bottom corner. Newcastle are 2-0 up. We're getting nuts to the away fans. Everyone's gone wild. Fantastic. Game over. Game over. We all thought Burnley had to come out. No, Leeds were winning. Leeds were winning at the time. They were 1-0 up, and then Brentford scored through a header. And then all Burnley needed was to try and get back in the game. Obviously, they did. From Cornet. From the other end, I haven't seen it back yet, but I think Dubravka, the original first shot, palms it out. I think he's got to do better. And then comes back to Cornet and he volleys home. And then Burnley are back in it to give them a bit of momentum. Obviously, Weghorst came on at half-time. He had a golden chance. Well, I didn't think... It was more like, remember the Gaza one against Germany, where there's a cross from the right, and all I remember, it flashed across the 6-yard box. And I'm sure it's Weghorst, unless they've got another centre-back up top, which clearly isn't. Weghorst stretched, and I don't know if he gets a touch on it or just misses it. And that was like, oh, fucking hell. But he didn't score, and then they had a curler from the edge of the box, which I think it was Matty Target who headed it off the line. Burnley could have equalised, but in hindsight, a draw wouldn't have been enough for Burnley today. But obviously, they were throwing more caution at the wind. We were playing on the counter-attack. I thought we could have been a little bit more lethal in the counter-attack with Miggy, with Bruno and Wilson. I thought we could have got the third. It's starting to rain again. We could have got that, but we hung on to a 2-1 win. Newcastle, incredibly, finished 11th in the Premier League. 11th in the Premier League, which is absolutely outstanding. What an achievement. I'm stood here at Turf Moor thinking to myself, this is going to be a relegation battle. There's a rainbow. There's a rainbow above Turf Moor. There's a rainbow above us now. It's all happening here. But yeah, the relegation, I thought, coming here, I thought, biting nails, it's going to be a relegation. Newcastle are going to go down, or we need a result here, and whatever you think of the last game of the season. But no, fortunately enough, we were comfortable weeks ago. Newcastle finished 11th. What a job Eddie Howe has done. It's absolutely sensational, incredible. Here is our manager.
Yeah, very important from our perspective. We were determined to finish in the way that we have been for the majority of the second half of the season, with very high standards, a very good collective mentality. I thought we approached the game in a very professional way. It was a very, very difficult match. It wasn't our technically purest game, but we hung in there. We scored some good goals, and the last part of the game was very, very difficult. Massively important for me personally. I've been on the receiving end the other way, where we're relying on teams in the final day, and you just hope that they go to the game in the right way. So I was determined to do that today for the Premier League, really, to make sure that the integrity is upheld, and that's why it's the best league for me in the world. And I thought it was important we played our part today.
So that was Eddie Howe. Just before speaking to the press, obviously commiserations to Burnley. Look, I'm not here to gloat. I'm in good spirits because Newcastle have won. It's horrible being relegated. I've experienced it twice under Mike Ashley. Burnley will go down in the Championship. It was a battle with Leeds. Leeds obviously went on to win their game, scoring late on, which meant Burnley, even a draw wouldn't have been enough, so they would have had to win. But yeah, the final league table, look at it top to bottom. Manchester City were 2-0 down at one stage. It was, go on Liverpool, if you can score, it's yours. But, you know, they came back. You know, Steven Gerrard, you wouldn't have wanted Manchester City to win. He's a Liverpool scouser through and through. Literally not through the way, Manchester City came back and won. And Liverpool obviously won their game, but Manchester City go on to win the Premier League. Fine margins, isn't it, with the top of the league. And if you look at obviously Spurs' result, they only needed a draw at Norwich. They absolutely thumped them. Credit Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal scored 5 past Everton as well. I actually want Everton to go and do. But then if we switch it down towards the bottom end of the Premier League, Newcastle sitting in the mighty 11th place in mid-table, which is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, as I say. But as I say, Burnley will go down relegated. But I wanted to mention the tweak in formation when Joe Linton went off injured. I thought that proves also Newcastle's versatility this season, where we go with the same regular formation, but there's an injury and he brings on Jacob Murphy and then he moves it around. And that proves that, you know, even later on when he brought Chris Wood and Callum Wilson played up top for the first time. Goes to show you that Eddie Howe can mix it up in the games and players don't look out of position. Yes, second half, we were on the back for a little bit. We were in the box a lot more, but we looked dangerous on the counter. We just didn't have the last 20 minutes didn't have that final cut. Passes were a little bit sloppy. Maybe that's tiredness, I don't know. But it proves that we can mix it up in a game and still continue to perform, because Joe Linton went off fairly injured and we had to change the system, which is great. And that's credit to him and credit to Newcastle. It's going to be an interesting summer. We're not going to stop the videos. Yes, I'm sad that it's the final game of the season. And I never thought I'd be standing in a cricket field, put it that way, doing this type of video. But it's going to be a happy summer. There's going to be loads of transfer speculations, which is you're going to hate. There's channels that do it. We try not to. We probably do a few. But it's going to be rife with speculation. We hope that Newcastle do bring in some quality, which we are expected to. I'm got every faith in them. Yeah, what a season. Thank you so much. We pushed the channel for your support as well. I mean that. We've gone home and away. We've been to every single game up and down the country, which is incredible to everybody on the team who've been home and away. It doesn't matter where it is, doesn't matter what time it is. We've been there, which is a credit to the channel as well. We like to be at games. We're known for big games, and your support, your sharing, your likes, your comments on YouTube, on both of our channels, pushes us and strives us to do better, that we can bring a fan experience, not the club experience, but a fan experience of what went on and how it felt to be at the ground in true emotion. And that's what you get. We'll kick off if we have to. We'll be honest if we have to. We'll be happy if we have to. We'll give it like it is. And hopefully you have enjoyed the content across all of the season from all of the lads, everybody who appears regularly, to a couple of guests who've been on, and the guests that we've got on, including the podcast as well, which will continue over the summer. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting this. Real passion behind this, what we do. And thank you for all the support. Smash the like if you can do, everybody. Videos, as I say, are going to continue over the summer, but for match day videos, we'll see you in pre-season. Ta-da, everyone. Bye-bye.